That's because I'm seeing what we're doing right now and I'm happy with what we're seeing. And if you can't be proud defending your club and be happy with what's going on right now, then when can you ever do that in football? I can't believe how nervous certain Leeds United fans, and I think there's a lot of them, are for this run-in, guys. Stay with me. Welcome. We're going to be delving into something I learned today going on a shoot with content creators and their perspectives. But I also want to speak about Leeds United right now, the position that we're in right now, some of the statistics of which we are displaying, some of the incredible numbers that Leeds United are putting up now, and why, as a fan base, we should be ultimately confident. There is, in my opinion, Leeds United fans have been scorned so much, and we're going to get into it in this video and why this is impacting Leeds United fans maybe not enjoying the journey as much. Before we get into the video, everybody, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We are going to be doing a Burnley and Cardiff watch along. I want to see all of you guys over there. It's going to be on the second channel. First link in the description below. Make sure you come over and join me for a massive game. Listen, Burnley dropped points there. And by goodness, I mean, I was speaking to a couple of people today, a couple of Burnley fans. Shout out Joe from the Turfcast, and he's very worried if that happens. You look at the points total at that point. Leeds are in a very, very advantageous position, goal difference-wise, every single metric-wise. But of course, the most important points tally-wise. So come join me for that one. So I went on a shoot today with multiple content creators, which was really good. Really enjoyed it. There'll be stuff coming out in the next few weeks. But we had to do almost a bit of a conversation, a debate, discussion, discourse on our opinions, big controversial debates on what we think when it comes down to players, when it comes down to managers, when it comes down to teams. And there was a universal agreement from everybody in the room, pretty much, when I was speaking to, Wickham fans, Portsmouth fans, Luton fans, Sheffield United fans, Burnley fans, that Leeds United are the best team in the division, that Leeds United will be going up. And it kind of made me sort of turn a little bit toward our fan base and just have a look. And I wonder what it is, like how we've been scorned so much in the past has definitely impacted Leeds United's fans' mindset. I completely get that. Last season, although I'll be honest, I didn't think last season was going to happen. I went down to Wembley last season with my brother on the car in the way down there. I said, we're not winning this. We ain't winning this. Martin has done him twice before. There's been no tactical evolution. We've struggled against them. I think there's an argument they've got a better team. I said it to my brother on the way down. I did a video on the morning of the playoff final. Wasn't confident whatsoever. That Armstrong goal went in. Didn't even hurt. It was almost expected. And it was because towards the back end of the season, we crumbled. 3 wins in 11. We're coming up to that point now. And maybe that's why fans are a little bit nervy, a little bit worried. The anxiety's maybe raising a little bit. But I think it's really different this season. And we're in these room full of content creators. A lot of these people do it for a living. Everybody is saying that Leeds will go up. And not only Leeds will go up, but Leeds will go up as champions. And they're confident, albeit as being 3 points ahead of Sheffield United. A lot of people are saying Leeds are going to win it by a margin. So it does make me look at us as sort of an insular fan base and think, what is it? And it is that trauma. And that's why I think a lot of the time Leeds fans are branded with this arrogant tag. We're not. We're actually a very reflective fan base who are very, very cautiously optimistic and are very wary at pressing that button of confidence. And that's been me for years and years. Guys, from the Bielsa era all the way up to even last season, I wasn't confident. Some would brand me a negative fan, a pessimistic fan. I can understand that from the outside looking in. However, I'm looking at it now and it's not like all my sort of all of it's in one court, but I do firmly believe in this Leeds United side. I'm confident. And isn't it crazy that just a draw against one of the best sides in the division, not only has it given the opposition fans' confidence, of which, by the way, we have clips of how the confidence is completely switched all of a sudden from what certain people were saying beforehand, if you get my drift.
On 97, Jim's on 96.
I think if we get 96, we're champions.
Oh, I thought you said something different, sir.
No, I'm afraid I wouldn't say that.
Because of that game, they're finishing above us.
But the confidence of us just dropping those 2 points has now given our rivals, or some of our rivals at least, almost an elevated level of brashness. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Leeds United losing 1 game in 21. Liverpool, by the way, have lost 1 game in 26. That's what we're up against right now. And let me just read this stat for you guys, which has been branded around on social media. In the league this season, we have scored 72 goals and we've allowed 72 shots on target against us, excluding penalties per the opposition stats link. I think this was actually from Reddit. Actually, it's been a screenshot sent to me. If in most of our remaining fixtures we play as well as we have done since the Blackburn defeat in November, we can shift it back to a positive difference. If anyone's interested, we've scored 41 and allowed 41 shots on target in the 17 league games since Blackburn. In that time, we've faced all of the other top 10 highest scoring teams in the league. In our remaining 11 games, only Middlesbrough are in the top 10 in terms of scoring goals. That is a mind-blowing stat. So it just shows, and this is what I was giving really on the shoot that I was on today. It was very much, well, you actually put, with the greatest of respect, I know he's improved in terms of save percentage, but you give us James Trafford. We are 10 points clear right now. Because not only would James Trafford have not made the mistakes of Elan Mele, but he would have done things like he did against Sunderland at Turf Moor, which is preventing 2 goals from going in, 2 penalty saves. And that's what Trafford's been doing throughout the season. So our defence is actually fantastic. And we're doing combined 11s with us and Burnley today, and it'll come out very soon. I was so sort of confident with Leeds United that Leeds players were going in that defence. A mass amount, from my perspective, were going in that defence. So the way we're at right now is we're having to bounce back, theoretically, according to certain people, because of the draw against West Bromwich Albion. And that is subjective. That is football. If you are worried about that, that is absolutely fine. I understand that. But just as almost like a crumb of comfort, what we've come through in the past month has been unbelievable in terms of that comparison to last year. That's what I'd urge a lot of you to do. Look at this stage last season, and if we were coming up against teams like what we've just faced when it comes to maybe the top 4 sides, let's say last season, and/or Coventry, Watford, Cardiff were unbeaten in 8 games when they came up against us. That last season is a massive problem. If Ethan Ampadu had gone out at this stage last season, that would have been a massive problem. So for me right now, we're just in a really good state, and it all comes back to enjoying the journey and not just always thinking about the destination, because the destination is going to be disgusting. And I'm trying not to look at that too much. I have so much confidence in the 49ers. And obviously, you know, I want them to give Daniel Farke a chance if we were to get to the Premier League, of course. And I want to see our recruitment, because it's been so good this season. And if we can emulate that in the Premier League with a bigger budget, and obviously with Leeds being the size that we are, it gives us a massive advantage over the other teams promoted, whether or not they like it. They like it or not. That is just the case. So there's a lot to look forward to. But right now, I think we should live in the here and now, not talk too much about Premier League ventures if we are to get there. There is, for me, a real humility within the fan base at this moment in time. Don't get me wrong, I've been braggadocious and gone on streams and given it a little bit, but that's because I'm defending my club. That's because I'm proud. That's because I'm seeing what we're doing right now, and I'm happy with what we're seeing. And if you can't be proud defending your club and be happy with what's going on right now, then when can you ever do that in football? What's the point in supporting a football team? So for me right now, I think there's just got to be like a confidence. I understand that there is maybe a little bit of trepidation. Completely get that. But the manager, even in the past sort of 3 or 4 games, I think has utilised different things. We've seen Joel Peru come into that number 10. We've seen Matteo Joseph utilised a little bit more as the spearhead of that attack, and that's worked really, really well. I've really enjoyed that. From around about Blackburn onwards, you've seen our wingers press extremely high and recover the ball extremely high. Look at Coventry and Watford in particular for those games. We've had to be a little bit more wary about your Sunderlands and your Sheffield Uniteds because of what they pose the other way. But when you're coming up against your Watfords and your Coventry and you can press them all the way back and you can recover that ball high, that's been a level of pragmatism that we've seen in the last sort of month. So there's been changes within this Leeds United side. We are developing. We are evolving. I've seen us in the last month almost go to a counter-attacking style at points, a la Watford, and it's really, really worked for us. So you can see the evolution of the side. But I just think we should be a little bit more excited about this running for me, guys. And I think there is a little bit of an undercurrent of worry right now. And when you get in the other clubs who are kind of fine and they're okay and they're looking forward to it, they're looking forward to the running, and they're almost praying for that joy division. Of course they are. They're praying. I'm on a shoot today. They all hate us. Every single person there hated Leeds. And it gives me almost a sense of going into battle and let's go. We've got 11 games left. For me, we've still got the best squad. There's an argument we've got the best manager. So we're at a real point right now where we can put down a marker. Bear in mind, Sheffield United, who are 4 points behind us, 3 points behind us, but technically 4, still have to get 3 points up on us and then another point. So another said draw and win, and Leeds have got to lose that additional one as well for them to go above us. So that's the points differential that we've made up. And that's what we've had. You know, let's have a key look at some of the foot mob stats as well, everybody. When you're looking at, and this normally equalizes across a season when you look at the teams, okay? And I'm just going to put this to you in a little bit of a format of just foot mob here. So just have a look here. Foot mob rating obviously leads top. Goals per match, 2.1. Goals conceded, 0.6. Average possession, 61%. Clean sheets, 20. Expected goals, 67. Shots on target per match, 5.7. The highest. Big chances, 107. Look who's in second, 94. Big chances missed even leads to that high. Accurate passes per match, which facilitates the way we build up. And obviously, you know, the way we create chances. The top. Touches in the opposition box, over 1,000 corners, which are going to, you know, culminate into chances, 261. Leeds United across every single positive metric are flying. So it is a call. It's a call, obviously, for unity. It is a call to go into these games and feel confident. Don't be completely perturbed by the fact that we've dropped points against West Bromwich Albion. These things are going to happen. And I've not been this confident in the Leeds United side for a long time. A long time. Probably that Bielsa second team. And don't get me wrong, you've got Sheffield United 3 points behind us. You've got Burnley, 7, 8 points behind us. But we have put ourselves in an incredible position. Bearing in mind those two teams as well, no matter what Leeds are spending on wages, you know, we've not spent an insane amount when it's come to transfer budgets this season. On top of that, these are two parachute payment relegated sides from last season. No matter how much they had to do, they're parachute payment sides that have been relegated last season. We're in our second year. So what we're doing right now is we're not punching above our weight in reality because of our wage structure, but we're doing a really, really good job. We shouldn't be seen as the best team by a country mile by these clubs. You know, it should be a lot closer than it is. And for me right now, you know, if it wasn't for the goalkeeper, I'm being honest, I think Leeds would be about 8 to 10 points clear, which is a massive feat. But I think that will all equalise in terms of going towards the end of the season, because I think Leeds are really going to press on the neck. There's going to be a reaction to West Bromwich Albion, I'm certain of it. But let's just look through our last, and I just want to read this out because sometimes it'll resonate a little bit more. Our last however many results: draw, win, 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 draw, win, 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 draw, draw, win, 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 draw, win, 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 draw, loss, win, win. You get the drift. It's a litany of results. So obviously we've got a few tough games coming up in Pompey. We've got QPR away from home as well. But this should be a different Leeds United side now. Millwall at home. And these three, you look at them on paper and you think, oh, there's some tricky ones down there. But there were tricky ones when we're looking at Watford, when we're looking at Coventry, Sheffield United, Sunderland, West Brom to an extent, in terms of us losing one of those games, 2 of those games, maybe even 3. But the fact is, Leeds United have lost 3 games in 34 games. So it is just almost a rally. It's not overconfidence. I mentioned this word a lot. It's not braggadocious, but it's believing. And right now, I think if we can't believe in it now, when are we ever going to do it? When are we ever going to do it? You know? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Would you change anything this weekend? Is it right to be confident? Obviously, there's a level of, whoa, okay? There's always that level of whoa with Leeds, but that's why I don't think we're an arrogant fan base. We're just not, because we're very aware of very recent trauma. And a lot of other fan bases haven't experienced this to the level where the entire country is laughing at you because you're the biggest club in this division. That's what it always is. And you're one of the biggest clubs in the country. So we get laughed at more than any others. If Sheffield United fell apart now, Sheffield would care. We'd maybe give them a little bit, but the rest of the country wouldn't care. Same with Burnley, you know, with the greatest of respect. But with Leeds, it'll be another national holiday if we fell apart from here. But I don't think this will happen. I think all of the underlying stats back Leeds United right now. All of them. All of those metrics mean that fundamentally Leeds are still doing the right things. We're keeping hold of the ball in the right situations. We're getting enough touches in the opposition box. We're shooting on sight. We're scoring on sight. We've got an average of 2 goals per game. That's more than enough to get you out of this division. We're conceding 0.8 goals per match, which isn't even that far behind Burnley's, I think, at 0.6. So a lot to look forward to, everybody. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.